The primary project was looking into the mobile web and finding ways for smaller publishers in Africa to leapfrog the internet straight onto the mobile web in a very practical way, and not really looking at content so much, because that'll sort itself out, but looking at the business models and revenue models and how to do that in a sustainable way without donor funding. Which is perhaps a bad time to explore that in the US. But that was the primary focus, and it's probably the more difficult project because it was kind of vague and a lot of exploration and no real kind of physical output. And then also came here, I'm co-founder of a continental network of investigative journalists called FAIR, the Forum for African Investigative Reporters. And it's modeled a bit on IRE and the Centre for Investigative Reporting. And the idea was that at the moment it's been a self-help union almost of people collaborating across borders, but we were looking at setting up a full-time dedicated investigative unit within the NGO. And my project this year was to actually do that. So we've managed to deliver on that. And then the third one was a pure techie project. A lot of small publishers are enthusiastic journalists like myself with absolutely no business skills when we get into it. And we launch media, whether it's blogs or news agencies or even publications, without understanding the cost and the complexity of the back-end systems. So what we've been working on in Africa for a while is automating a lot of those systems. And I brought with me a beta version of an advertising, booking and tracking system that we developed as open source. And the idea this year was to get that to a stage where it could actually be rolled out kind of on quite a wide scale. And that's been fairly easy because of the resources in the valley. I thought I was going to be more focused on my actual projects and getting them up and running. And very quickly I came to the realization that the networking and the experimenting is perhaps more important than thinking that you're going to walk away with a final product. You walk away with a couple of prototypes at the end of the fellowship, but people need to think very, very clearly about what they want to get out of the year. The extensive networking that you do during the fellowship year just made me realize how willing programmers and engineers are to consider new ideas. They often have brilliant ideas, but they don't know what real-world application they would have.
So how open did you find people at Stanford and in the Valley to working with you or talking with you or brainstorming? Was there
I think incredibly open. Just saying that you're from Stanford, that you're a Knight Fellow and that you're exploring, that you're not coming to sell something or get something, that you want to throw around ideas, opened a lot of doors at a lot of the medium-sized and the smaller companies.
Are they interested in what's going on in journalism?
I think that they're interested from a specific Silicon Valley point of view, which means that they're looking for revenue angles. So they're looking for niches and they're looking for new markets. And they're very willing to listen and then to find out how they might be able to service those challenges or products or problems at least that we have.